The other thing about your contact details is 0845, 0800 numbers are just horrendous. Just get rid of them. 01302 proper phone numbers are much better for a few reasons. Number one, I know it's based in this country. I know roughly whereabouts it is. It's a real number. I feel like I'm more likely to get a real person at the end of that when I ring them and not a call centre. And the other thing is it's free from my mobile phone, which is where I make most of my calls from. If you put an 0800 number or an 0845 number, I have to pay for it. So I'm not going to actually call you. I'll wait till I get to a landline, which is a problem. So the very thing that you've done, a free number, is just gone against you because it's not free for me anymore and not free for most people. Real, honest numbers, can't beat them. Have more contact details. We talked about conversion rates. One of the biggest ways to convert someone is to get them to ring you, to get them to get in touch with you. You can't have enough contact details on a page for me. Going back to my site again, it's a bit faint on here, but you can see at the top, call us today, the phone number, got the email address at the top. I've got this contact form on the right-hand side in case they want to contact me about the thing they've just read. At the bottom of the page, picture of me. This is important because if I've met someone at a networking event and they've come to the website and they know that I'm the person that's been speaking to, it helps to complete that circle. Interested? Do you want to talk to me? Do you want to subscribe to my weekly newsletter? Do you want to connect with me on LinkedIn? Email me, call me on my mobile phone. If that's not enough for you, you don't want to do that, I've got my contact details for the company down here again. And at the bottom again, I've got another form. You know, it's not too much, it really isn't. You can't have enough ways to contact people. For them to contact you, sorry. Understanding your customers, who they are. It's making your website relevant for what your customers are searching for is Google's #1 way of moving you up the Google page ranks. There's a great website that if you've not seen, you need to go and check it out. And it's a Google keyword tool. And if you can type in any word that you want up here, you do a search for it, and it will tell you exactly how many people are searching for that search term in this country last month. So I put in loft conversions, so it's come up here, loft conversion, 110,000 people in the UK in January were searching for that. This box here shows you how competitive that search term. So the fact that it's full means that there's a lot of websites competing for that. So you can lost conversion costs. You've got some more opportunities down here to maybe try and get some of those customers. But what it does is it shows you exactly what you're searching for, what your customers are searching for. A few months back, I was working with some counsellors. They were doing counsellors and psychotherapy and this type of thing. And they were adamant that they had the English spelling of counsellors on the website. When we looked at it, the American spelling was attracting 3 times more hits than the English spelling in the UK. So they were, because of their being adamant that they had to have the English spelling, they were cutting their customer base down by 1/3 instantly. The other thing it can show you, like with this one, is we found here, this, when we're doing the loft conversion company, does loft conversions and garage conversions. We found here that people are searching for basement conversions as well. How many people? 5,500 people a month are searching for basement conversions. This is not a service that he's currently offering. It will be a service he's offering by the end of the year because he's looking into this now. So we can actually, you can find business opportunities for yourself by looking through this as well. Once you've identified those keywords that your customers are searching for, it's important to then get them in your website. In the actual in the text of your website is the most important place, but you've got other places as well. In your actual navigation, Google loves it if you can include that in your navigation. Also, we've got it here again. It's written here, loft conversions. It's absolutely everywhere throughout that website. And this is quite a challenge to make it as often as possible and not reading rubbish. You know, it's got to still make sense at the end of the day. That's the important thing. Really understand your customers. This is what you were talking about. How do you impress somebody? And you've got to go and speak to them, I think, at the end of the day. You've got to get into their mind. A few years ago, I did some work with some estate agents, and we were looking at how we can promote their business online much better. And I went and worked in the office with them for a day to understand what's going on. Because you might think you understand the customer and what they're looking for, but when you sat in their office and you realise that phone is ringing all the time, and someone's coming in through the door, and something like that, all of a sudden it changes your mindset of what this person is doing and understanding what they need from your website. Act them out, get into their mindset and understand what they're going through. What is the pain that they're suffering? What are they looking for? What are the questions they're asking for when they're searching on the web? Watch them in action as well. If you've got a website up and running, or you know it's your service, find someone who's in the market for your service and stick them in front of a computer and say, find it. You know, what are the questions you're asking yourself? What are you typing into Google? What are you looking for? What is impressive on a website? What is not impressive on a website? Assume the worst. I always assume that anyone that I'm doing a website for is of, you know, not very bright to start with. Try and keep it really simple. I'm not saying I've got a 10-year-old girl, I'm not saying she's not very bright, but I'm saying for what I do is I always run it by her. Does she understand what I've just put on the website? And if she doesn't, I don't include it on my website. So one of the things was get a free web review, I think I was using. I said, do you understand what get a free web review means? She was, no. I said, okay. What about how good is your website? Do you understand that? Yes. Right, okay. So that's the one we're going to be using on the website. Because it makes much more sense. So using correct language for people. But when I say assume the worst, assume they've got 30 seconds on your website. Assume they've just looked at 30 other websites. They're on the lunch break and they've got to be going in 2 minutes' time. That's what I mean by assume the worst. Does your website work in those conditions? And about developing the relationship as well. You know, when someone comes to your website, they might be at a different stage of the relationship with your company, and they're not necessarily going to buy from you until you've established that relationship. So they might not know anything about you, so they might just need some information. But then they might go away, and they might come back a week or 2 weeks later and want to know a bit more about you. They might have just been narrowing it down when they first looked through the internet and picked out 4 or 5 websites, and they might want to go through it later on. So you've got to assume that this relationship is developing and evolving, and that can be over a period of time. Keep it simple. Can't stress this enough. What do you want people to do when you come to your website? We did the loft conversions one. People either want a loft conversion or a garage conversion. It's got 2 big buttons, loft conversion or garage conversion. That's it. You know, keep it as simple as possible. What do you want the customer to do when they come to your website? The other one is, where is the most profit? Don't put advertising things on your website if you're not going to make a lot of cash from it. So understand where your profit is. And I was speaking to a locksmith today that we're working on his website for him. So what we've identified is these are his most profitable jobs. We've ditched the ones that aren't profitable, but also the jobs that he enjoys doing. He said, I really hate doing these garage doors. Well, let's ditch it off your website if you don't want to promote it. So it's about what's profitable and what you actually want to do in your business. I love this website. It's called MailChimp. It's a great one for sending newsletters out. If you're sending newsletters out for up to 500 people, you can get it for free. It's really simple to use. 2 big buttons on here. Sign up for free, how it works. So you either want to know how it works or you want to sign up for it. That's the different stage in the relationship. I've either come here before, or I've never been here before, so I need to know how it works, or I've been here before, I know how it works, and now I want to sign up for free. That, for me, is a really clear website. Make your website like a magazine or a newspaper. There's a magazine in someone's bag here. I'm just going to grab it. No, see it popping out. I'll use this for an example. I hope it works. Let's have a look. So, magazine. Magazines are great because they allow me to flick through them very quickly. They did a study a few years ago of how long it takes one to read a magazine, and I think it's 30 seconds. I think that's how someone would scan it initially. And what it does is you get a great picture, a massive big headline, and then a summary of the article. So I don't have to read the article. I know if that's of interest to me. Big headline, big paragraph, and then the rest of the article. So I'd make your website like that. Every page you come to, a big picture, one big bold statement about the benefit, a little bit more detail elaborating on that, and then the rest of the information if people want it. And what that does, it allows people to whiz through your website really quickly. Because I can just go to every page and just read that top part, and then actually come back to it and think, well, actually, this is the bit I'm interested in. Now I want to read more information about it. Or it might be that I come back tomorrow or next week and I read the rest of that information about it. So looking at how magazines and newspapers do it is really useful. Use great images. Just when I'm working with really good quality images, it just makes the website, you know, so much different. Going back to this one again, from here, black and white images at the top. I don't know why you would use that, but again, big, colourful, bright, high quality images just instantly sells it. Forget all the writing you can put about it. You've got the pictures on there that do so much more for you. The other thing is use great video. This is Ideal Home TV website, and the idea behind this website is it's all video based. When you log into it, a video loads up instantly, and in, I think it's about 1 minute, 1 minute 30 seconds, something like that altogether. It's not long, is it? It completely tells you what the whole product and service is all about from start to finish. It's great. And you go to any other page on there, and every other page is dealt with a video. Why do I have to want to work hard and sit and read stuff when I can just sit back and the whole website does it for me? So much more powerful. YouTube now is twice the size of the entire internet was just about 4 or 5 years ago. It's incredible. Video is so popular on the web.